A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Fazail-e-Amaal जारी रखेंगे चैप्टर नंबर 1 पे the stories of the Sahaba Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, and we are reading about enduring difficulties for deen. So for today our topic is the difficulties borne by Hazrat Habaab bin al-Arat radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Habaab bin al-Arat radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was amongst those great souls that endured the worst of trials and torture in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was the 6th or 7th person to enter the fold of Islam and was therefore subjected to suffering for a longer period of time. He was made to wear steel armor and thrown in the sun, causing him to swelter in the extreme desert heat. He was often made to lie on the scorching sands, because of which the flesh on his back would fall away from his body. He was a slave of a woman who, when she learned that he had been meeting with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she branded his head with a hot iron. A while after he had become the Khalifa, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and that was after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away and Hazrat Abu Bakr passed away. It was after way after when the incidents that we are talking about. A while after he had become the Khalifa, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu once asked Hazrat Habaab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu about his sufferings. Hazrat Habaab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "Just look at my back." When he did, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu exclaimed, "I have never seen such a back." Hazrat Habaab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "I was made to lie on burning coals and dragged until the fat and the blood from my back would extinguish the coals." Despite all his sufferings, when Islam progressed and the Muslims conquered many lands, he would weep, saying, "May it not be that we are being compensated for our sufferings in this world." Hazrat Habaab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu relates that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once performed an unusually long salah, like a prayer. When he had completed, the Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, like Sahaba is a word for the companions of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala anhu asked him about it, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, "This was a salah for yearning and fear. I had asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 3 things, and only 2 have been granted. When I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to let my ummah perish in drought, He accepted this dua. I then asked him never to allow an enemy to annihilate them. He accepted this dua as well. However, when I asked him never to allow my ummah to fight amongst themselves, he did not grant me this." Hazrat Habaab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu passed away at the age of 37 and was the first of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's companions to be buried in Kufa. Hazrat Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu once passed by his grave and remarked, "May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on Habaab. He accepted Islam on his own accord, migrated willingly, spent his life in jihad, and endured tremendous hardships. Congratulations to the one who remembers the day of Qiyamah, who prepares for reckoning, who is content with just what suffices, and who pleases his Rabb. Rabb means God. In reality, only those people are able to please their Rabb whose every deed is a means of pleasing him. The second story is about Hazrat Ammar Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and his parents. Hazrat Ammar Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu and his parents were also subjected to great sufferings. They were tortured on the burning sands of Makkah, and whenever he passed by them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would always advise them to be patient and give them the glad tidings of Jannah. Jannah means paradise. His father, Hazrat Yasir Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, eventually passed away under this torture, and his mother, Hazrat Sumayya Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhum, was killed by the accursed Abu Jahl, who senselessly pierced his spear into the most private part of her body. She, however, never forsook Islam despite being an old and fragile woman. She had the honor of being the first martyr in Islam, and it was Hazrat Ammar Radiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu who had the honor of building the first masjid in Islam. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated to Medina, Hazrat Ammar Radiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu suggested that a shelter be constructed for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he would be able to rest in the afternoons and where he would be able to perform salah. He therefore collected the stones for the structure in Quba, where he then built the masjid. Hazrat Ammar Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu always fought in jihad with enthusiasm. He was once fighting a battle when he said in joy, I shall soon be meeting my friends. I shall be meeting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Because he felt thirsty just then, he asked for some water, but all that was available was some milk. He then said, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam informed me that my last drink on earth shall be milk. He then proceeded to fight until he was martyred. He was then 94 years of age. And with that, we will conclude for today, because one brother came in and he needed to pray salah, so we don't want to disturb anyone. Thank you for watching.